Hey guys, audio memos. I'm in a bus stop. I'm drenched. I got stranded in a bus stop. I was at the park. I'm waiting for the rain to go down to go back there. But anyways, I think I left off yesterday where I was moving in with Stephanie, and this wasn't something that like it was a huge gift. I was at my lowest point. I had nowhere to go. I had lost my mind from being tortured in that apartment, and my hands were like blowing up because I have this condition called like diatrosis. I can't even pronounce it. It's the worst thing in the world. You get all these little bubbles of oil in your hands, and you start wringing your hands and destroying your hands. And I just completely lost my mind there, and he was taking advantage of me, but it's kind of like he's helping me out, right? Because he gave me that 500, and then I think I maybe even got another 300 after I told him go fuck yourself because he screwed me, and then I had to go back there. I think I mentioned so. I'm moving with Stephanie, but Stephanie was so messed up that when I moved in there, she was really awkward, and she's really kind of a shy, maybe awkward person. I mean, I can be very shy, but she was like so wasted that that's basically would make it even way worse. But so by the time I got there, it's like she's in her room like all the time. She never leaves her room, right? And when I got there, I was all like relieved, but still now I'm in another place that I don't know, and I feel like some animal that just keeps nomadic animal who keeps ending up in these horrible situations, right? So oh my god, I gotta go back through this stuff to get it down. Because I think my memory is like losing me lately. So, it was really uncomfortable for me, and she's always nice. Even if she's not wanting to be nice, she'll always be nice. So, whatever, I move in there, and maybe it's a bit awkward for both of us. But she's like walking around the house naked, and I'm like, what the fuck? And she was doing that one day when I stayed there before I even moved in, because I think I went there one time when he drove me from the ranch there, because he would mooch off his friends and stay at their house while he was bringing his like 18-year-old girl from the Philippines with him to work for some guy he knew, some other millionaire guy, right? This guy's such a piece of crap. And I'm just like sitting there working on his ranch, sitting in his car, living with them, and they're like so fucked up. And I get to see my sister, but something's up, I could tell. Like, it's all like frozen the way she was. And then I realized that they were just wanted to get me, But I couldn't believe it. I haven't seen her in so many years, like what, 25, 30, maybe more years. That... what am I gonna do? I remember mentioning to her when the first day I had beers and everything. I'm such a generous guy. I gave people so much. I gave them beers. I bought all this hamburger and shit that he scanned me through his Connect, and then I had to like beg them, like, we're making burgers tonight. I already paid for all this shit. And it's just like I gave her all this stuff. I remember saying to her, like, he's not even paying me. Like, what's going on? Because at one point when I got there, he's so cheap that I was thankful that I almost started crying when I got in his car when he finally took me back up to the ranch to like when I left my apartment. But because it was such an ordeal, not because I was happy to see him or anything. I just so messed up. And I lost all my stuff, all my paintings that I just worked like a year, 2 years on. I lost it all. I had to like just dump it. And I had to take all my stuff by hand to a from the lacordaire over an overpass and down like couple miles. It was really crazy. I was so paranoid, and they were watching everything I was doing, and it was the end of the lease, but they had fucked me. And I'm like, yo, you're supposed to give me this free month and all this stuff. There really wasn't much they could do. I don't even know if that lease is still hanging over my head. But right now I got so much debt, it doesn't even matter to me. And eventually, I don't think they'll be able to do anything. And if it went to court or something, that I would be able to get out of it because of the circumstances and all that shit. And so I was like, as far as I was concerned, and it was the worst apartment in the world, right? As far as I was concerned, I was paid up, and I was, I could go back through. I still had the lease. Yeah, I have to call Quebec and see if they made because I was in contact with the Logement Bureau way more than them. I was ready. And then I eventually had to leave. It was that bad. You know what I mean? It was that bad. I just remembered yesterday, I forgot to mention this. It was so bad that my car, that was my nice car that I barely ever used, other than I went to Quebec City, and then I went to Timmins. I never even used, I'd use my car for painting because I was the lone painter. And but so I had to sell this car to some shady, total criminal Moroccans, I think, or some guys. Because I was so desperate to get out of there now that I was like, holy shit, I can't even move now, even though I've lost my mind and I'm walking around looking for cigarettes. I'm picking up cigarettes at the hospital regularly. I was doing that, picking up cigarettes, and then I had to sell my car to them for like under $3,000, it was worth like $7,000. And then when he turned it on, he came with this younger guy who he was gonna get to move it out of there. And he got this younger guy to do it, and the mileage was lower than I thought. You know what I mean? It was like 80 or something. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was like 140. He goes, oh no, when you start it up, sometimes it could be like that, And he already, just by looking at the Toyota Corolla, it was dark blue, and I had tint, and it was like empty. It was the basic one though, but it was a nice car, But the joke's on those two fuckheads, because we're under the fucking car, and it's like not low profile, but you can't. He'd just buy it and then figure that out. It totally rusted his shit but Toyotas are so good because of I forget how that happened. Maybe I got screwed on that car a bit and it had some rust that I didn't see. That's probably what happened. But because I remember he had this lie, the car salesman. He goes, "Oh yeah, there's like this thing in the noise in the one of the wheels in the back." And car salesmen, they're like the biggest pieces of shit in the world, right? And oh man, that's a whole nother story. When I did at the car dealership, man, did I just lose my mind there when I bought that car. Because I remember I fucking showed up and I was so stressed out about how much money it was, and I wasn't ready, and fucking I could tell he was a piece of shit, and maybe I hated my life at the time. That when I fucking went back, I had this piece of shit car, and the deal was, I go, you're gonna take my shit car? And they went, yeah. They'll say yeah to anything. Like, you could be like, okay, but like, I'm gonna start dating your daughter, and they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, no problem, fucking whatever. Just like, okay, sign here, and like, come back, and it's like, you know what I mean? You're approved in like a millisecond, as soon as the email gets in contact with these dealerships, right? But I had my shit together, and that's why I got the car. I had money, and I got a bank loan and everything. So I remember I fucking snapped on the other guy who was there when I showed up, and I go, yo, you're taking my car? He's like, no, because they'll try to fuck you, right? And then I was like, oh yeah, well, fuck it then. And then the fucking guy was like, whoa, hang on a second, whoa. He comes back, and I'm like hyperventilating, I'm like, okay, yeah, get up and leave. What the fuck are you doing? You're not even like I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Maybe I had something going on at the time. I don't know. And I was about to snap, And then when he's like, okay, son, I'm like, I don't even give a shit about this fucking car, man. This is bullshit, man. Fucking, like, what the fuck? And then I think he called that guy back or somebody, and he goes, yeah, I'll take the car, you know. Yeah, you'll fucking take the car. What the fuck are you talking about? Because, you know, it's like kind of older car. It made noise when you started and everything. Probably wasn't even worth much. So then I got fucked, and as soon as I drove off there, I guess there probably was rust under there, and I noticed it maybe like 2 years later or some shit. I even took the car to Canadian Tire, wasted $100 with those crooks too. They took so much of my money over the years. And they go, I did an inspection, like I think after I bought it or some dumb shit. Which is so stupid. What a retard. And then, so the fucking Moroccan, these shitty Moroccan guys, he's like, oh yeah, you want to work for me? I'm like, work for you? Holy fuck! What do you mean, man? Because I got the cash, and I should have checked if it was real, but it looked real. I didn't give a fuck. I was getting the fuck out of there. I couldn't take that landlord, fucking alcoholic guy, old guy. Man, he probably didn't give a fuck about me either. He would just fucking stumble around, and I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? These people are fucking torturing me. He was the type of landlord who would be like, he would come to you and go, yeah, I know what you mean. And then the other people that are torturing you, he would be like, yeah, you know, just keep torturing them, I guess. Like, that's how it was. It is in Montreal over there. You know, this guy was from like New Brunswick or something, and he would get fucking wasted, man, big time. Like, he was so wasted, like if you saw him, you could already like smell him. Fucking, he'd just come out and sit on the stairs, and I'd be like, oh yeah, hey, go back into my shithole, fucking right behind the fucking lobby, and everybody knows I'm home. And, like, I hated that fucking apartment, man. So anyways, I'm selling the car, and he's got this younger shady fucking guy who's working for him, and he gets that guy to do the like duck out, because at this point the car's got like nothing on it, right? No plates, and I've tried to take everything out of it. It's like buck empty, right? And I think I had to get a boost from a taxi or something because it was off so long. Like, I was in my apartment for like, I can't even remember, but I already told that story. But I'll talk about all that shit later. More detail when I get the fuck out of this shithole apartment, and I'm probably living in the woods, and making videos from bus stops like this. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, so I sell the fucking car, and that really, if I thought I got depressed and failed when I came back from Timmins, now I'm really fucking depressed, bro. Okay, I've been going through this thing with the people upstairs. I've destroyed my old apartment, and then another girl moved in next to me, and I would have these like total like routines to battle them. Like, once it got crazy, one time I remember I played my music full blast. I was like, oh yeah, it got like, when I'm talking like when we're like deep into this like war, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and the landlord don't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck. It's like the ghetto, and fucking near the Italian part of the east, and there's like the biggest criminals are hiding over there, right? the most dangerous bikers and shit, and fucking, I played the music for fucking 2 weeks straight, and at this point I have earphones. That's how bad the war is going. Like, oh yeah, and they'll just be like, oh, it should just be like constantly like doo doo doo. You know what I mean? Like every hour, 2 hours, just like doo doo doo. You know, it's the war's on. You know, like at one point they'd come to my door. He had a younger brother, and he's working at the cable company, and they'd be like banging on my, like, knee my door, and fucking, I'd be like, what the fuck, and fucking, but I've been torturing them all night too. You know what I mean? I was so terrified, my hands were flaring up. It was fucking, I was losing my mind. Fucking, I'd get out of the house. I didn't know what the fuck to do. One time, I went, I played that music for 2 fucking weeks, and I fucking couldn't even hear myself. It was fucking insane. I couldn't sleep, and I still did it just to say fuck you. And then I got way worse. I fucking eventually they fucking came to the basement, started hitting my shit with a shovel because the storage area was right under me, and they could tell right away, like I'm in the bathtub, even like, and I fucking sometimes I just have to sit there and fucking take it, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, and I got my revenge, and they would get their revenge, and it just kept going and going until somebody was gonna get hurt. You know what I mean? Like somebody was physically gonna get hurt. I was starting to think about some really crazy stuff that I'm not even going to talk about. You know what I mean? And I'm smart enough. I've had situations like this in the past with people who have ripped me off. Like that nutcase, the thief guy. What's his name? Ali? And then his buddy, whatever his name is. I don't know if... Yeah, they're Moroccans too. But hey, I got nothing against Moroccans, man. Everyone, you know, I met some cool Moroccans. So anyways, yeah, one time I lost it. At one point I lost my mind. I stormed out of the house. I went to an old abandoned building far away that I knew in the east, up near fucking where the fucking La Fleurs is and shit, like in the middle of nowhere. And fucking went up in there in the basement or some shit, ripped out this big metal pole, and I dragged it all the way fucking back to my apartment. I didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like a Viking, fuck, I felt like. Or no, I was trying to hide it, I think, because I was like, shit, I can't believe I didn't get arrested dragging this pipe around. It could have looked like I had found a weightlifting pipe when you're young in the garbage and you're bringing it home or something. And wait, let me clip this clip, because I gotta, the way I make these is I got an iPhone 7, and then I gotta put it in email to send, and then I gotta convert it into like a movie thing or whatever. Hang on.